हेलो फ्रेंड्स एंड डियर स्टूडेंट, आज हम लोग स्टार्ट करने जा रहे हैं सब्जेक्ट इंडस्ट्रियल इंजीनियरिंग एंड सेफ्टी का चैप्टर 6 स्टैंडर्ड एंड कोड। तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी हैव टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम स्टैंडर्ड एंड कोड। ए कोड इज ए मॉडल, ए सेट ऑफ रूल्स दैट knowledgeable people recommend for other to follow. It is not a law but can be adopted into law. A standard tends be a more detailed elaboration, the nuts and bolts of meeting a code. A code can include reference to standards, which means the standards are incorporated by reference and they are part of the code and legally enforceable. Codes are standards that are adopted by jurisdictions and are legally enforceable. However, model cases are not legally enforceable. Now come to the next point, value of standardization. As we all know that standardization is the process of implementing and developing technical standards based on the consents of different parties that include firms, users, interest groups, standards organizations and government. Standardization can help in maximize compatibility, interoperability, safety, repeatability or quality. It can also facilitate commoditization of formerly custom processes. In social sciences, including economics, the idea of standardization is close to the solution for a coordination problem, a situation in which all parties can realize mutual gains, but only by making mutually consistent decisions. This view includes the case of spontaneous standardization process to produce de facto standards. Now come to the next point, national standard. As model say works as well as the contribution of other engineers accomplished a modest amount of industry standardization. Some companies in-house standard spread a bit within their industries. According to Joseph Whitworth, screw thread measurement were adopted as the first unofficial national standard by companies around the country in 1841. It came to be known as the British Standard Whitworth and was widely adopted in other countries. This new standard specified a 55-degree thread angle and a thread depth of 0.640327 p and a radius of 0.137329 p, where p is the circular pitch. The thread pitch increased with diameter in steps specified on a chart. An example of the use of the Whitworth thread is the Royal Navy's Crimean War gunboats. These were the first instance of mass production techniques being applied to marine engineering. Now come to the another points of national standard. With the adoption of BSW by British Railways lines, many of which had previously used their own standard both for threads and for bolt head and nut profiles, and improving manufacturing techniques, it came to dominate British manufacturing. And come to the next point, American Unified Codes was originally based on almost the same imperial fractions. The unified thread angle is 60 degree and has flattened crest. Whitworth crest are rounded. Thread pitch is the same in both systems except that the thread pitch for the half inch bolt in is 12 thread per inch in BSW versus 13 TPI means thread per inch in the UNs. Now come to the next point, national standards body. By the end of the 19th century, differences in standard between companies was making trade increasingly difficult and strained. For instance, the iron and steel dealer recorded his displeasure in the Times. Architects and engineers generally specify such unnecessarily diverse types of sectional material or given work that anything like economical and continuous manufacture becomes impossible in this country. No two professional men are agreed upon the size and weight of a girder to employ for given work. The Engineering Standard Committee was established in London in 1901 as the world's first national standards body. It subsequently extended its standardization work and became the British Engineering Standard Association in 1918, adopting the name British Standards Institution in 1931 after receiving its Royal Charter in 1929. The national standards were adopted universally throughout the country and enabled the markets to act more rationally and efficiently with an increased level of cooperation. After the First World War, similar national bodies were established in other countries. The Dutch Institute for Normung was set up in Germany in 1917, followed by its counterparts, the American National Standard Institute and the French Commission Permanente de Standardization, both in